I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff.
For the past 7 videos, we've had every single top and every single bottom hit on these moving averages, and we've called out every single play. Great job, guys, if you've been following along. And if you've been following along, leave me a like. That helps me out a ton. And if you're new to the channel, sub the channel. But guys, we've called this out. We were talking about how we were probably going to push up to the 10 moving average. This is the most classic way of a bear trend. The trend has changed into a bear trend. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, let's just go over it one more time, because I know there's a new, oh, man, my channel blew up within the past 5 days. So if you are a new sub, this is a very simple way to see it. If you are looking at a bullish trend, the 10 is above the 20 moving average, and this is where you get the rejection and the support every single time. That's a bullish trend. If you are looking for a bear trend, that's when the 10 and the 20 cross. That's when bears take control, and that's exactly what happened. We dropped down to the 100 moving average. We were calling it all the way down every single time. We've hit every single play in the Discord, so great job if you've been following along. But now, as the last video I posted, you can go check. We did hit that 10 moving average. There is a chance we can push to the 20 moving average, so don't count that out yet. But there is a big wall as we speak right here. We are under the 50 and the 10 moving average. That is going to be a lot of resistance. There is a chance of breaking it, but there is a high chance of rejecting. And I'm going to go over that in a second, because why? That's my job as a YouTuber, right? Ron and Ricky don't do this. They're just going to feed you fear. I guarantee you Ron posted 20 things tonight and it literally just gaslit you. Or Ricky just pretty much read off of an article someone posted. It's so dumb. But this is what real YouTubers do, and real analysts. They actually break down their, how they trade. I'm not scared about how I trade. I post about it all the time. I've even posted my trades in my Discord if you want to come check it out. Not financial advice, educational purposes only. But let's talk about this, right? So the one biggest thing that I've been talking about is we haven't been selling off yet. Like we have. This is a great, nice rejection. But the biggest sell-off is coming our way to around 542, probably 545 the time we get down there. It just depends on how hard we drop. So what can push us down there, right? Well, there's a couple things. So let's just talk about the simple rejection right now. I just want to go over that really quick, and then how we can make it down to 542. So if you actually look right here, we did hit this around 588 to around 603. That's not a lot, guys. That really is not a lot at all. That's like a 3%, maybe like 4% push. So all it's going to take is a 4% drop to break this moving average, and you will go down. Now let's talk about what's at resistance, because today as I was working, I looked over the charts and I was just checking it to see what was at resistance. Let's actually start off with Amazon. There is a huge wall. Let's actually bring up the moving averages. Come on, there we go. Amazon. Let's actually bring out this so you can see how big Amazon is too. Amazon's pretty big, guys. Not gonna lie, it's pretty big. Amazon is hitting a resistance at around 228. So if we do reject here, that is going to go down to around 214. And notice it's heading down to that 200 moving average. That's not good. That means if this rejects and heads down to the 200 moving average, that is going to back up that claim of 200 moving average. 545, 542 is going to come in play. Let's actually go through the others really quick. Google and Apple, that's a common thing. Let's go over look at Meta really quick. Meta is right above the 10 moving average, but this can reject really easy, so don't think it can't. Let's look at Tesla really quick. Tesla is at, it's above the 10 moving average, but there's a lot of resistance right here. So if this does reject, this is going to be really easy to break. So if this does break, you will look around 338 as your support. And if I'm reading supports, that means you shouldn't be buying puts past this level. You should be playing your supports, honestly. Like, don't be buying puts past. It's not financial advice. Let's look at NVDA. NVDA is literally sitting on support. So if we do get a rejection in the market, just a simple rejection, NVDA can start heading down to its 200 moving average. So that backs up the claim again. And guys, look how big NVDA is. That is huge. Let's look at AMD, right? So AMD, if it'll load, yeah, AMD is at resistance also. And AMD is not really that big, but still, it's part of the Mega 7. If this does reject, your next support's going to be around 119, or 190, sorry, 190. Let's look at AVGO. AVGO is hitting, actually, this is a channel. I don't even know why I don't have it. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why I've never programmed that channel to that. But AVGO is hitting a resistance also. If this does reject, you do have around 355 to around 340. That is going to be your next support. But that's another stock at resistance. If these reject, that is going to help break this down to the 200 moving average on a lot of things. Let's actually look at the two big companies that we need to talk about. Literally, all those companies at the resistance right now have, just hit resistance. If those reject, that is going to push us down in the triple Qs back down like, let's see, what is it, 587. So if those companies do reject, right, so like Amazon, AMD, AVGO, I think, yeah, NVDA, if those reject, that's a simple push 4% down to around 587. But the two companies that you need to pay attention to that is going to hit the home run out of this ballpark and going to catch a lot of bulls off guard, because a lot of people don't know TA. A lot of people don't do their TA or starting out. I guarantee you there's a lot of people saying, oh, here's another drop. This is another buying opportunity. But they don't understand that the moving average is crossed on everything, on all the indexes. The two biggest stocks that you need to worry about is, let's start with Google, because Google has not had a simple rejection from when we hit 400 in the triple Qs and pushed to 335 in the triple Qs. Has not had a simple rejection yet. And that's a horrible channel. I don't even know why I programmed that, but whatever. But either way, Apple is two stocks, okay? It is double this because there's an A and C. So if this does reject, that is going to help push us past that 100 moving average down to the 200 moving average in your indexes, 555 in the triple Qs. Another one that's probably going to help, because every single time I've seen it happen so much last bear market, it was insane. And I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about 2022, 2021, what year ever you want to talk about. But literally, this has been trading sideways. It's been building a channel. It's kind of small, but you can tell it's at resistance too. And what do you notice right here? The bears are trying to take control of Apple already. Let's actually zoom in. You can see the 10 is trying to cross under that 20 moving average because it's getting weak. But I want to tell you right now, when the 10 and the 20 moving average get close like this, and we make a simple rejection under it, that 10 is going to shoot straight down, and you'll probably see Apple drop down to around 259. If those two stocks reject, and all of the other stocks reject from a resistance or a moving average, that is enough to break every single index past this moving average, and there is no support past this. And what do I mean by that? I'll zoom out so you can kind of see the charts a little bit better. And I'm not talking about like Ron talking about the AI bubble is going to bust. Guys, it's literally the same 2023 bullish channel we've been going in. 550 is not unrealistic. It's not. It is super easy to hit. We reject from these highs all the time. We've done it multiple times. 550 isn't an AI bubble starting to pop. Now, what Ron's probably talking about, or Ricky, is the market's not doing good. We could just straight drop and go down to 420 to the support of this bigger channel. That's probably going to take time. What you're most likely going to see throughout the coming months is you're probably going to see something like this, where the market does reject, hit that 200 moving average, and you're going to see another spike but be a lower high, and then you're going to get something where it does break over time, and it's going to look like this. What is a good definition of that, right? Well, if this is what I talk about every single time, because I talk to a lot of people throughout the Discord. You're not a good trader until you've traded a bear and a bull market, like for real. If you don't know what it's like in a bull and a bear market, how the trends work and how they move, let's just go back to 2022 or 2021 and let's just get a good definition of it. Now, this is what it looks like. You can see how we were trading back here and we had a nice rejection. We came down here and we broke that support and we came right back up. But we made these really, really nice breaks and these really hard pumps. It's going to be the exact same thing. So just be very careful. It's not going to be like a 2008 stock market crash a lot of people are talking about. It's just literally going to be a bear market. And that's not a bad thing. We need a recession. We need to cut rates. We need to have a reset in the economy. You cannot have a bull market and then another bull market right after that. That is the dumbest thing. If you are a trader and you think that we are still going higher and just going to continue the next bull market, you really need to stop trading.